But I'm going to show you what Destiny, who I believe to be a pervert, for some reason, and I'm a gut player, I felt that he was a pervert and I wanted nothing to do with him. Here's what he tweeted last night. I'm going to show you just that one on the right there. If we learned anything today, I hope it's realizing the importance of principles I've stressed many times on stream before. Having a firearm means absolutely nothing if you don't spend time at the range practicing with it. He actually, this is a person who's had tons of huge commentators on his show, okay? He is just disgusting. Disgusting. He said, oh, I'm sorry. He didn't even feel bad. People were calling him out on how despicable it was to endorse the violence, to be wishing that the person had better aim. He said, oh, I'm sorry. What happened to 1776? Was that a peaceful protest? He's essentially saying, no, we should be trying to kill people. Okay? There's nothing wrong with the fact, he is saying, how disturbing is this? There's nothing wrong with the fact that this shooter tried to kill Trump. The only problem here is that he missed. That's what Destiny is saying. And he does not care. He said this proudly. He is calling for this openly on X. And his excuse for it, as he says in the bottom corner there, is maybe it's a result of him repeatedly acting like a dictator instead. I will say I was worried for a minute about what would happen to Biden if he ordered this, but then I remembered, thank God conservatives all agree the president has absolute criminal immunity when acting as his role as commander-in-chief. So what he is saying is, even if this order came from Biden himself, it doesn't matter because he's acting in the role of commander-in-chief. So if he commands his troops to kill the Republican nominee, Destiny is saying, I don't have a problem with that. Absolutely sickening. And like I said, some of these people, I thought they would just think it, but they just went ahead and wrote this publicly. This person, Jacqueline Marsaw, wrote, I don't condone violence, but please get you some shooting lessons so you don't miss next time. Oops, that wasn't me talking. Now, who is Jacqueline Marsaw? Jacqueline Marsaw is the staffer for Democrat Congressman Benny Thomas. So yes, this is a person that is getting paid with your tax dollars. This is your government, right? Full mask slip moment. Oops, I just wish that the person hadn't missed. Then we have Eric Swalwell, who is known for being nothing but particularly disgusting. All of these people are filth, just absolute filth. And he came in and just said, let's try to pretend that this guy is on the right, that he's a conservative. He wrote, I don't know why a Republican would try and kill his party's own nominee with an assault rifle, but it's wrong. Violence has never been the answer. Violence is not the answer. Violence will never be the answer. Forget the second part, because the first part is what he led with for a reason, because he's already trying to set the tone. This is Republican on Republican violence. And of course, no, it was not. This person was very clearly a leftist. It's very obvious to me that his parents are on the left. And what we are seeing here is them trying to pretend that they should have no accountability in the form of taking out his contender, Donald J. Trump. I mean, you can only imagine what Trump was going through last night. I really just think about that, what Trump must have been thinking last night, recognizing that all of the worst suspicions that people have been putting out there have been confirmed. And again, I want to shout out Alex Jones, who has been calling this out for a while. I want to shout out Vivek Ramaswamy, who has been calling this out for a while. Tucker Carlson, who has been calling this out for a while. And these individuals, by the way, myself included, who have had to take all of the figurative bullets from the mainstream media. An obsession with taking us out, making sure that our voices are being silenced, making sure that the audience won't listen to us anymore. What is the most egregious thing they can sell to you about Tucker Carlson? They are selling that to you if you are watching the mainstream media. What is the most egregious things that you can believe about Candace Owens? They are selling you that if you are still a fool and watching the mainstream media. And I was wondering why, man. I have been in prayer going, I have never seen attacks against me. And I've had a long career, or was considered a long career in politics, and they have leveled up. They have leveled up in terms of trying to take clips out of context, make people believe that I'm an awful individual. And what is it that I am saying that has led to these attacks? They want people to turn away from me. Don't listen to Candace Owens. She's a conspiracy theorist. She's dumb. She believes in flat earth. They're calling me stupid all the time. She's a Holocaust denier. What is it that I'm actually doing? I'm reporting on real history outside of a textbook. I'm talking about 9/11 and telling you our government lied to us. People were informed of what was going to happen on that day. I am showing those old clips. People who were young like me in school and believing everything because we had no independent media. We believed everything that came through on those giant big screen TVs. We're all huddled up around them, believing that journalists had a commitment to tell us the truth, believing that they were, in fact, protectors of the people, when now we realize they are protectors of the state. Yeah, I'm speaking about real history, and I'm showing people the links. I'm going, you need to unlearn everything you have learned about JFK's assassination. You need to unlearn everything that you have learned about MLK's assassination. You need to unlearn everything that you were taught about 9/11, everything that you think you know about the Vietnam War, World War II. We're getting hit. We're getting hit. We know we are on borrowed time when you start digging in and showing people what they need to know. That is why they are after us, because we have the willingness to tell you all the truth. And the truth is that the government is evil, and that the government is worse than evil. I want to be clear. The government is satanic. And I want you to feel that, because I know that there are so many people who believe that they are atheists. There's no such thing as an atheist. You just are not aware of what it is that you are worshiping. Okay? An atheist is a person that is asleep and doesn't realize that they have replaced God in their lives with something else. And usually that something else is government. That these Satanists conspired to remove God out of your lives. You believe you're an atheist. This would have been unimaginable 50 years ago, right? Think about your grandparents. Everybody had faith. And then suddenly it changed. You know what, Chris? Can you pull that clip that I absolutely love of Tucker Carlson speaking to Joe Rogan, the one that I'm constantly running while we have people's attention, that I say is potentially the most significant clip, the most significant conversation, or I guess the most significant points that have been delivered from Tucker Carlson to Joe Rogan. Remember, the media had a mass freak out. The establishment had a mass freak out after this conversation, because he's inching ever closer to what the real issue is with the West, that we are fighting a spiritual battle. And most people are fighting this unarmed because they don't realize it's a spiritual battle, right? They're like, no, I don't believe in God. Well, do you believe in the devil? Are you looking around and realizing that actual people who worshiped Satan, as I showed in my NASA Origins episode, okay? Jack Parsons was an individual who believed in the devil, said he came up to him face to face. Okay, he was considered the Aleister Crowley. He was very close to Aleister Crowley. Okay, the religion was Thelema. They worshipped the devil. They believed that they were the beasts in Revelation. In the Bible, the whore of Babylon. They sought to establish that, to establish America as the whore of Babylon. What did they establish? They said NASA, the Apollo program. If this all sounds like new information to you, you need to go back on this channel and watch all of these episodes that we have been releasing. The reason that we are just being assaulted every single day by the mainstream media is because we are going back and learning this stuff, and our jaws are on the floor. I'm learning with you guys. We couldn't believe it. I mean, we sat here in this control room. We were going, this can't be real. What do you mean this is the origins of NASA? It's on Wikipedia, by the way. I'm not on some Reddit feed. They tell you on Wikipedia openly, these people worship Satan.